they are actually encouraging people to change to diesel, which was actually the reason why Germans love diesel so much. But now they are encouraging them to change to electric, which not yet arrived in German hearts. So let's talk about the engine. Let's talk about the engine. So this Audi S5 TDI is powered by 3.0 liter V6 B-turbo with mild hybrid system, which means the hybrid power, or like the hybrid system in this car, means it is there to support the engine. But again, if you know your TDI, well, if you're from US, I know like the Americans really love their petrol. So S5, the real S5, should be the one with petrol powered. That's what I heard, or what I've seen in YouTube. But here in Europe, especially the Germans, we love our TDI or diesel. But back in the days, so before the regulations become more and more strict, actually the same engine power unit produces 349 horsepower. I know it's only around 8 horsepower. It's not around, it's actually on the paper. It's exactly 8 horsepower difference. But yeah, but this engine is still good for 0 to 100 in, pay attention, in around 4-second area, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm mistaken, I will put it down here, but it is faster than you think. So I think it's around 4.8 seconds, somewhere there between 4.5 and 4.8. Just as a comparison, my old A7 B-turbo from 2012, the one that carried 3.0 liter V6 B-turbo with 313 horsepower, it would hit 100 km per hour in around 5.5 seconds, 5.2 seconds. So it was over 5 seconds, that's one thing for sure. So this engine is actually optimized and it's more powerful than ever, and it produces actually 700 Newton meter of torque. And this torque, we are talking about torque all over RPM range. So it's like not really from 0 to 6,000, but it's like it will start around 1,800 RPM. So it's pretty much it's pretty much a torquey engine unit. And the top speed is chronically limited to 250 km per hour. But again, this car is a cruiser, so it will fulfill its duty to take you from A to B, and it ideally is a long distance travel. And the sound that it makes is not bad, but you can hear that it's diesel. But again, we have already seen examples of people like tune up or work on their exhaust, on the diesel exhaust, to make TDI sounds good. So it's not impossible, but you just need to know what to do, and the tone that it can create is actually quite good. But again, if you see like S5 carry the quad tip exhaust, and I stress quad tip, because actually it's a fake exhaust tip. So like there's no smoke coming out of this quad tip, and actually there's only on the one side is literally smoke can come out. But again, because it's an Audi S5, I guess it needs to have quad tip. I mean, you know, if it only have two, I mean, it doesn't change the fact that it still has 341 horsepower. By the way, thinking about the power figure, 341 horsepower is actually almost the same. I mean, yeah, it's almost the same as like the 40D from BMW, and also like I think the 400, like, you know, from Mercedes, like GLE 400, CLS 400D, E400D. So this is actually the ultimate diesel cruiser, German diesel cruiser. And as we all know, like the big diesel engine from German cars, they are really reliable. So this engine can go until and hit 300,000 kilometer no problem, as long as it's well taken care of. I mean, still, if I drive a Toyota, I would still change the oil according to the interval. I mean, I've been pondering to get a Lexus LC, and Lexus is actually unbreakable. But still, if I drive an LC with 5.0 liter naturally aspirated engine, I will actually do the service as the interval shows me. I'm not gonna try and it's like, okay, let's see how unbreakable it is, and just don't change the oil in 10 years. No. I think it's kind of stupid, but yeah, well, it's personal. I think it's a personal preference. Yeah, some car will take the beat, some wouldn't. German cars are known to not cope with that kind of treatment. I mean, like if I'm talking about watch, I know someone like that never serviced his watch for, I don't know, like 15 years, his Rolex, and it's still running. Of course, it's still running. It's not ideal condition for the watch because that's mechanical watch. So it should get service at least like once in 5 years or 7 years. From one brand to another is different. And again, car is actually in its core, like, you need to have this mechanical appreciation, and car at its core is actually a mechanic thing. So yeah, so that's what I said. So as long as you take care this car well, it will serve you also well. And nothing is worse than to have cars in your garage, on your driveway, and when you are getting up in the morning and want to get to work, it just wouldn't start. Nothing worse than that. So like for me, like, you know, I'm all for keeping the service interval intact, and doesn't need to be done in the official dealer, but at least like oil change is almost a must. Like I even would do yearly maybe, because, you know, like as soon as car hits certain age, it would appreciate more attention. Okay, we are off topic right now. So yeah, so how does it drive? It drives really well. So I really kind of miss like diesel power units. So it is so torquey, and in the city, you are just fast getting getting off the traffic lights. You know, when it turns green, you are just fast because the amount of torque. So this car has 700 Newton meter torque. I think it's the same as my Audi A7 back in the days. I mean, I'm talking a lot about A7 because it's literally my first car. So I got it when was it? I think 2017. So I bought it used, and that car is amazing. Like on long distance, like the fuel consumption is 6.5, 6.8 liter for 100 kilometers. So in one tank, it can go more than 1,000 kilometers, and it was so comfy. It has this kind of like really nice beige leather inside, and I think it also has like the best audio system from Bang & Olufsen, the one that rise up. So yeah, it was really a treat. And this car, the S5, is literally kind of like has really similar characteristics. It has also Bang and Olufsen audio, but it's not like the biggest one, and I don't think you can spec the biggest one in this car. But like the way the engine works and the way it drives, and the steering is typical Audi, is quite numb and kind of like there's no feedback from the street, like from the road, but then it's very precise and it's kind of like quite good fun, you know, to drive this thing fast. I mean, the sound is not the best, but again, in the A7 I had this kind of like they call it sound actuator, means it's like faking the sound of V8, so it rumbles like RS7. It's not. It's like a real like really like underneath the bonnet it's like V6 diesel. But yeah, but I appreciated it, and that was my first car, and this car really gives the same feeling. So it's like a little bit of nostalgic feeling driving this car, and it also looks good, by the way. Like at the back, it has like this spoiler, like from carbon, and I think it looks good. It doesn't have the active spoiler, but that spoiler at the back, it really rounds up like the whole looks. I mean, like, I'm fan of the shape of A5, and I think the RS5 that I drove like several months prior also looked really good, and that one actually had a lot of like nice extras on it, like the bronze package, and also I think it also has the competition package, and it has like the Audi individual color, so it's really nice. And this one has actually some people say the best color for an Audi, which is like the Daytona gray. Kind of boring, but it's also really subtle, and it shimmers like orange, like in the sunlight, and yeah, and also like the wheels are really nice. And at first I thought they put spacer, so it's kind of like bulky, so it sticks out a bit. But I believe this car is actually stock, because it hasn't been sold yet. So this car was only used for test drive purpose, and I think like some workers of Audi also drove this car. So I think this car is stock, but it looks damn good. I mean, Audi just listen to people. Like I have feeling that they listen to the customers. I mean, if I turn on this car, the drive modes that I use before I turn off the car stays, and that's a plus point. And also, you know, because you know some cars that when you already set the driving mode that you want, but then you went off the car, and then and then it changes again. But yeah, but this one, it stays. So that's a plus point for Audi. And yeah, I think like also like the presence of the physical buttons is also shows a lot. I mean, it really does helpful if you use this car for a cruiser. You don't want to touch some screens to change the climate control or this and that when you are driving 200 km per hour, right? So yeah, and yeah, I think that's all I want to say. Otherwise, the whole design language is very Audi. Like as you can see here, the door sill here, this shape is very Audi. I mean, like Bentley also has the same shape, but Bentley is actually like a posh Audi. But yeah, it's good enough. And I mean, it's an ideal car. I don't think like people need more car than this. If people know what they want, and have a good daily with some space at the back for some for the children, and also one car that can drive, you can have fun with, but also like you can tackle several daily stuff, like run errands or do groceries or go for holiday. You have it in this car. So it's kind of like people say like you don't need more car than BMW 3 Series. Like with Audi, actually like A4 is the competitor, and that one is also more popular in estate form, which is very practical. But then for some who wants to be different, that kind of like roofline at the back with a swooping roofline, you would get the A5. But in this case, S5. If RS5 is too overkill and you want to have a diesel, then S5 is the way to go. It is really economical. The engine is a good engine and it's a proven good engine. It will last. It will last. It will just last. It will simply last. It looks good, but it's preference. And yeah, I don't think that people need more car than this. More car than this will be just either you're really passionate about cars or you just want to flex. Alright then, that's the video about Audi S5. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more video. There are still more videos coming this year. So I have some cars already lined up for the next videos. So turn on the notification button, the one that looks like a bell, so you will get notified if a new video is uploaded. And for all the viewers that have subscribed, which is like 0.02%, I say thank you to you for supporting this channel. And the goal for this year is actually to hit 1,000 subscribers. Well, our very wise man said, if you aim for the star, at least you might hit the moon. That's why 1,000 subscribers is the goal for this year. Let's see if we can reach it together. So yeah, so if you like the videos, you can check out older videos and subscribe to this channel. That means a lot for me. So having said all that, I'm gonna see you in the next video with another car. Until then, stay safe, stay cool, keep on driving. Ciao for now.